Well, Cyclone Yas has ebbed in Bengal, but the political storm in the state is far from over. On Saturday, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee launched an all-out attack on the Prime Minister. This comes a day after she skipped the cyclone review meeting, and Centre recalling the Chief Secretary from the state has aggravated the situation there. Here's more.
In my state, whenever you come, you create some confusion and always you create some confrontation. Why?
Polls are over in Bengal, but the politics still rages on. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee on Saturday launched an all-out attack on Prime Minister Modi. A review meeting of Cyclone Yas, which PM chaired and Mamata skipped, is the trigger for the fresh dangle between the two bitter political rivals.
Why? In Gujarat last week you went there. Why you not called opposition leader there? It is your state. Even Odisha also opposition leader was not there. In my state, whenever you come, you create some confusion and always you create some confrontation. Why?
After Mamata's no-show at the cyclone review meeting, Centre recalled West Bengal Chief Secretary Alappan Bandyopadhyay. Mamata described the move as unconstitutional and humiliating.
Don't you think there are so many chief secretaries in so many states? One humiliation, you can humiliate my chief secretary, but all the chief secretaries are being humiliated. They are very much shocked for this unconstitutional, illegal, without consultation, the one-sided to humiliate the chief secretary, to humiliate the chief minister, to humiliate my government. What happened to Bengal? Why? Why you are behaving like this?
1987 cadre IAS officer Bandyopadhyay is known to be a close aide of Mamata. Interestingly, the state government had proposed a 3-month extension for him just a few days ago. Mamata linked the central move to recent state assembly polls, claiming the BJP has not been able to digest its defeat.
The Bengal people, they voted us and they ousted you. Please accept the mandate of the people. Why you are quarreling with us every day?
The BJP has hit back at Mamata, accusing her of indulging in petty politics.
অসত্য তথ্য তিনি পরিবেশন করে ভুল তথ্য পরিবেশন করে শুধুমাত্র উনার যে অ্যারোগেন্সি এবং পেটি পলিটিক্স সেটাই তিনি তুলে ধরার চেষ্টা করছেন।
But Mamata has also sounded a conciliatory tone, asking Centre to withdraw the order, recalling the Chief Secretary.
আমি আপনাদের কাছে নমস্কার করে বলবো প্রাইম মিনিস্টার স্যার, যদি আপনার এনি রাগ আমার উপর কোনো রাগ থাকে, আপনার দুটো পা ধরলে যদি আপনি খুশি হন, আই হ্যাভ নো প্রবলেম। প্লিজ প্রাইম মিনিস্টার দয়া করে এই নোংরা খেলা খেলবেন না। আর চিফ মিনিস্টারের বিরুদ্ধে, এই চিফ সেক্রেটারির বিরুদ্ধে যে পলিটিক্যাল ভ্যান্ডেটা নিয়ে আপনারা রাস্তায় নেমেছেন, সব মনে রাখবেন এই পলিটিক্যাল ভ্যান্ডেটা আপনাদের শেষ হোক। আমি আবেদন জানাচ্ছি, উইথড্র দিস লেটার।
After being accused of insulting the Prime Minister by the entire top brass of the BJP, West Bengal Chief Minister and Trinamool Congress Supremo Mamata Banerjee has hit back with full force. She has accused the Prime Minister himself of not just insulting her as the Chief Minister, but also the people of West Bengal. She has accused the BJP of not being able to digest their defeat in the recently concluded West Bengal Assembly elections, and has alleged that the entire scheme of things that has panned out is nothing but political vendetta. And that's the reason why she says West Bengal's Chief Secretary Alappan Bandyopadhyay has been recalled despite the central government agreeing a few days back to give him an extension. With camera person Probir Biswas, Indrajit for India Today in Kolkata.
Spokesperson of the TMC, Riju Datta, is with us, and Tuhin Sinha is leader of the BJP, both of them joining us in the broadcast. Thank you for your time. You know, without getting into who kept who waiting and who was responsible for the delay, I just want to ask both of you one by one, do the people of Bengal deserve this? First to you, Riju Datta.
See, Sneha, the bottom line is the people of Bengal, amid this raging pandemic and with the destruction by this cyclone Yas, they don't need a leader right now. They need a savior. We have had a leader at the center who's performing for 7 years, and we know what is the situation of the country. What Mamata Banerjee is doing is she is going to the people who has been displaced, who has suffered the damage, and that is why she's taking account of it. And she has already kept 1,000 crores separate in a different kitty, where the money will be directly transferred to the account of the people who have lost their livelihood, who have lost their houses.
No,
who are
but
not
what we
getting
see
water
right now
supplies.
is that if we talk about Cyclone Yas, I don't think the conversation is about the people displaced and the people who've been affected badly, but the conversation is about who made who wait. Tuhin Sinha, could have this been avoided?
Well, Sneha, one has to be extremely insecure and possibly be suffering from low self-esteem to feel humiliated for no reason. But the fact of the matter is that for the last 7 or 8 months, this confrontational attitude has been going on by the Honorable CM of Bengal. She has not attended a single CM's meet over COVID. And now when the Prime Minister goes to Bengal, barely 2 days after the cyclone, he announces a 1,000 crore package for the 3 states affected, and he wants to discuss the details. She keeps him waiting. Now, assuming for a moment, let us assume that her only grudge was the fact that Suvendu Adhikari was invited. Does she not understand that in a democracy, the leader of opposition is an important official position?
Okay.
Possibly there could be 2 reasons why she behaved in this manner. Either she does not understand the importance of the leader of opposition in a democracy, but the more important reason.
But the argument is, Tuhin Sinha, and I'm just going to repeat this because the TMC has said this, that in Odisha you didn't feel the need to do so. Why did you feel the need to do this in Bengal?
You should refer to Gaurav Sawant's show yesterday. The fact is, the leader of opposition was invited in Odisha as well, but he's in the hospital. So it's not as if we followed 2 separate set of rules. But my larger worry, let me just finish it. My larger worry is that hands-off CMs like Mamata Banerjee depend so much upon IAS officers like Bandyopadhyay that they knew that probably in front of Suvendu Adhikari, their lack of precision, the lack of hands-on approach would get exposed.
Okay. Riju Datta, what's going... Yes, I want to ask you, and I really want to ask you this because was it such a big issue? Because just 2 days ago, we had, yesterday, in fact, we had news of how Mamata Banerjee is upset about Suvendu Adhikari being a part of that aerial survey. I mean, how does it really change things for the people who've been badly affected? They're looking at the governments for relief. They're not looking for whether Suvendu Adhikari is a part of that aerial survey or not. How does it even matter?
Sneha, please give me the courtesy of time, and I will say this very straightforward on your channel. Suvendu Adhikari is not at all the issue. He is not even important in this matter. The bottom line is BJP has made spreading fake news into an infectious disease.
But Riju Datta, Mamata Banerjee spoke about it. I just want to counter what you're saying. If it does not matter, why would the Chief Minister speak about it today?
I will tell you this, Sneha. The Chief Minister went, met the Prime Minister, gave him the relevant papers. She took his permission not once but thrice, and then she moved on to the next meeting. How is it that the Prime Minister is feeling insulted? He's the Prime Minister of this country, for God's sake. He's not a chui-mui ki kisi ko chune se unko ye ho jayega. But the bigger picture here is why this aggressive imperial power attitude? Why this lethal attack on the constitution and federal structure of this country? Why no cooperation and only confrontation? Why 10,000 crores for Gujarat and 500 crores for Orissa and 250 crores for Jharkhand and West Bengal?
Okay. Tuhin Sinha, there is politics in the relief financial package that also has been given is what the TMC is saying. How do you respond?
No, I mean, this is strange. Are you trying to say that at least every cyclone has an equal or an identical impact on different states? The package is purely based upon the assessment of damage. And right now, the 500 crore allotted to Bengal, and while the figure has been released for Orissa, for Bengal and Jharkhand, the 500 crore allotted is still being accessed. The damage is being assessed. So this whole thing of why this, why that, I think my friend Riju for the first time is contradicting Mamata today, because Mamata Banerjee, in fact, in her press conferences clearly mentioned that an issue of bone of contention was Suvendu Adhikari.
Okay.
So if he's actually confronting her, that is good. More people should confront this petty politics, and actually this petty politics should end. The leader of opposition is an important position in democracy.
You know, and there has been a lot that has been said about the recalling of the Chief Secretary of Bengal. Also, the TMC says that's not done as well. Tuhin Sinha, your response to what the TMC has been saying about why try and settle scores than via the Chief Secretary?
It is entirely the prerogative of the centre. It was entirely the prerogative of the centre to give him the extension. But then it seems that he, like Mamata Banerjee, was not prepared for responsible behaviour yesterday. So it is entirely the prerogative. There is no violation of any rule. Tell me which rule has been violated. We were trying to cooperate when Mamata Banerjee requested for extension. But if she carries on with her confrontationist approach, why should we go out of our way to cooperate with her? It is entirely prerogative of the centre to decide whether the extension should be given or not.
Okay. Riju Datta, come in. Yes.
Yes, I thank Tuhin for mentioning that why should we cooperate. He has exposed the political vendetta of BJP. Bottom line is Alapon Bandyopadhyay is acting as the man in charge to control the pandemic. He has been in the afternoon of this said day, he was made the chairman of the Digha Corporation to, where the maximum devastation has taken place. So bottom, and he is in 48 hours, he is retiring. That gentleman, by the cabinet secretary of the centre, was given an extension of 3 months. And suddenly, just because the ego of one man is hurt, this has happened. So
Riju Datta,
nothing but the definition.
I just want to ask you this. I'm asking this from the point of view of, say, just a layperson. I just want to know what was so important for the Chief Minister of Bengal to not be a part of the review meeting, given the fact that Bengal is among the 2 worst affected states in Cyclone Yas. Why could she not spare some time for the meeting?
I will give you a straightforward answer. Like I said, she went there. The SPG made her wait. She went there. She met the Prime Minister. First, I have a question for you, Sneha.
She handed over the report and came back, Riju Datta. Correct me if I'm wrong.
One thing I will tell you. She met with the PM. She handed over the report. Why those pictures were not made public? Only pictures of empty seats made public. Why this fake news propaganda? She met the PM.
No. You not even answered my question. You are saying what has been made public and what has not been made public. What I'm asking you is that why was she not there for the review meeting? Please tell me that.
What is more there in the review meeting is to assess the damage control. She met the Prime Minister, she gave the paperwork that this is the damage control. This is not the time for chai pe charcha and chit chats. That is why she went
to hand over a report is very different from being a part of a review meeting. Tuhin Sinha, Riju Datta seems to be suggesting that perhaps the review meeting was not that significant and she did what was she required to do. Come in, please.
If she met the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, that was a personal courtesy, and I congratulate her for at least having that personal courtesy. But what was supposed to follow was a review meeting which was 100 times more important than that. And what do you mean she handed over a few papers? These things need to be discussed. It's an issue of 500 crores being allotted. She handed over a few papers and made her way. We all know how hands-on she is when she's completely dependent upon that IAS officer. Would she have even read those papers?
Riju Datta, where was she if she was not there at the review meeting? If I may please ask you very respectfully.
Yes, she was there in Digha working for the people for whom the government, the seat of the Prime Minister and the seat of the Chief Minister is there to work for the people, of the people and by the people. And for the review meeting, this 500 crore I'm hearing, this 500 crore is not coming out of the kitty of the Prime Minister. This is the people's money. And let me also tell you and the viewers, the central government owes the state government in GST and tax devolution more than 80,000 crores. So nobody is doing a favor by giving 500 crores. It's the people's money that has been given for the people only. So, and rather than sit there and discuss the meeting, she had a courteous meeting with the Prime Minister where she said, sir, we have assessed the damages and I take your permission to go to my review meeting, and the details are there in the file.
Riju Datta, the message that has gone out is that Mamata Banerjee was not a part of the review meeting. She's not willing to cooperate. She said in that press conference that I've attended several meetings and there are other things also, but I'm just wondering what else could have been so important also? You're saying that she was going to the people, to make an on-ground assessment of the situation.
Which was a pre-allotted meeting which the PMO was notified about. It was not something random. It was
Okay.
not something random. And the chief minister said that due to the SPG protocol, her chopper landed 15 minutes later and the SPG made her wait for an hour because of the SPG security protocol, which we respect. Then she met the Prime Minister in a one-on-one meeting. She handed over the papers, and then later on, when this so-called review meeting was taking place, who were present there? Adhir Rangan Chaudhary excused himself, so it was the Prime Minister, the Governor of the state, along with the Shubhendu Adhikari and 2 central ministers of the BJP. So it was more or less a BJP party meeting, which she chose to avoid because she has already had her points made to the Prime Minister.
What are you
Because it
then
was a
saying?
meeting-
She will avoid all meetings. Okay, Tuhin Sinha, you need to come in here because I'm just finding this
if-
argument that because there was the governor and because there was an MP of the Congress party and also 2 union ministers, obviously the BJP is at the center. If they're at the meeting, the chief minister is invited to the meeting. You could have said this, Riju Datta, that if she's not been invited to the meeting, how dare the government not invite her? But that was not the case. Tuhin Sinha, please come in.
You know, the very fact that TMC for the last 24 hours has gone on explaining shows that they have goofed up on protocol. And I've given you so many instances. For the last 6 months, she has been bunking COVID meetings with all CMs. Then she had a confrontation on the DM meeting. Why? Because we had to go in for a change of approach to have a more village and a rural specific approach. Now, I can, instead of, going on and on, I can only appeal to opposition CMs to take a cue from Naveen Patnaik. Look at the brilliance of that man. No vasuli, no self-publicity, no confrontationist approach. I think that is the least which opposition CMs can learn from him in this time of crisis.
Riju Datta, you think this situation, this constant friction that the BJP and the TMC have in Bengal and the people are suffering at the end of the day, this can be resolved if both sides, in fact, just think for a second that this is for the people of Bengal. The Prime Minister was there, he undertook the aerial survey, he did the same in Odisha. We didn't see this happening in Odisha. Why is it only happening in Bengal is my question. We had pictures of Naveen Patnaik, he met the Prime Minister, he received him at the airport. They were a part of the review meeting and I think everything went on okay. He's also not from the BJP, isn't it? It's an opposition rule state.
But if you look it through political lens, Naveen Patnaik ji, even though she is the CM of Odisha, and I will refuse to comment anything on a stalwart politician like Mr. Patnaik, but there also BJP have their Gadbandhan ka sarkar. So let's not go into that. But what I'm trying to say here is, if you want the CMs to cooperate, the PM also need to cooperate. Let me give you a chronology. The birth centenary celebrations of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, what happened? Then in the COVID meeting, when Tuhin is talking about COVID meetings, when the COVID second wave was in its peak, the Prime Netaji was doing election campaigns here. Then she was called in a DM meeting. She was not even referred to or not allowed to speak. So do not humiliate a chief minister, do not disregard the chief minister, and you expect all the respect for yourself. You give respect, you will get respect. Why this political vendetta? When she was doing Shapath Grahan, the entire BJP was on dharna. Why?
Okay.
What happened then?
Okay, just be with us, Riju Datta, Tuhin Sinha, because we have some news just coming in. Let's go straight to that story, and the story is has got to do, of course, with the Prime Minister versus the Chief Minister's cyclone politics. It's turning ugly in TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee's naked king jibe at Prime Minister Modi. TMC MP has hit out at the Prime Minister over the Chief Secretary being recalled. Listen in first.
Entire thing is totally malafide. Political vindictiveness is there. Political vindictiveness is there. If the mask is open, Narendra Modi's mask is now being opened each and every day. In Bengali, there is a proverb, there is a poetry. Title is Ulanga Raja. He is that.
Okay, Riju Datta, coming to you, that kind of a statement, and not just Kalyan Banerjee, we've also heard from Mahua Moitra, who said that why is the Prime Minister getting about this wait for 30 minutes or so? The country has been waiting for vaccines for 6 months. I mean, is it really warranted? And also, she went there earlier and waited for the Prime Minister, now saying that there was SPG protocol that delayed everything and she was also waiting for the Prime Minister. Is that a fair argument, Riju Datta?
See, I will say what my CM has said. She has clarified her stand better than anybody. And all the respected member of parliaments, the statements they are making, you can ask them their clarification. But as an official representative, I will only say this, that no way I see where the Prime Minister was insulted. The Chief Minister met him, spoke to him, took his permission, went for a review meeting. What is this negative propaganda by the BJP to defeat
Riju Datta,
Bengal?
I have a question. You know, I understand that she had to take stock of the situation on the ground, okay? But the Prime Minister was there. You know, he's the highest executive office in the country. He is there in a state that has been hit by a cyclone. Could have she not spared some time for this review meeting and then gone ahead with the assessment of the situation on ground zero?
Again, I am saying when the Prime Minister did not have a problem, she took his permission and went to the review meeting, then why are we even discussing this?
Okay.
I don't know why the Prime Minister only gave her permission to go to the next meeting. Then all of a sudden we see the pictures of these empty seats and the international media is running with it. So I do not understand this narrative. This is this fake propaganda that needs to stop. And I'll tell you, the crux of the problem, Sneha, if BJP can swallow the bitter pill of the mandate of the people of Bengal and move on, there is no jhamela at all. They are not being able to digest the fact that after 18 meetings, roadshows by the Prime Minister and door-to-door campaigns by the Home Minister, they have lost.
Tuhin Sinha, come in. This is a case of sour grapes because you didn't win Bengal, so you're just trying to settle scores now, is what the TMC says.
After winning a 70% majority, a CM can be this insecure, can have such low self-esteem to feel humiliated for no rhyme or reason. It shows that, you know, she probably never deserved that victory. And how is she celebrating her victory? Even now, I can tell you there are villages, and this has been personally verified by Honorable Governor, where violence is being openly presided. So let us not talk about this victory. You have abused this victory, and your MPs, including Mahua Mitra, the kind of abusive language they use, they certainly by no stretch of imagination represent the rich culture of Bengal.
You know, Tuhin Sinha, Riju Datta, we've run completely out of time. I'm thanking both of you for your perspective. But, you know, in the spirit of a federal democracy, what is expected of both of you is that both from the BJP and the TMC is that you work together to give relief to the people who've been hit by the cyclone. But clearly, we didn't see that happening yesterday. All that we saw was this non-stop tutu-meme between the BJP and the TMC. And I think that really is extremely unfortunate. Well, that brings us to the end of this edition. You can check out that entire debate and much more. It's up on our website too, that's indiatoday.in. You can also download the app. Thanks for watching.